All right, today open up your book to page 839. We are going to be working on converting customary units of capacity. When we think of capacity, page 839, capacity is the measure of how much a container can hold. Just like length and weight, the smaller the unit you use to measure capacity, the more precise the measurement. And if we look at the bottom of page 839, we have our customary units of capacity chart. This is also on the front side of your yellow page. So you'll want your yellow page out. We're going to take some notes on it. But you will notice the capacity chart here is right above the pounds, ounces, and tons one we worked with last week. So with capacity, we have, if you think of a nail polish container, that's 1 fluid ounce. Fluid ounces would be our smallest unit of capacity. Then we might think of a cup when you think of maybe a bottle or like your carton of milk. That would be 2 cups of milk. Okay. A cup would be maybe what you use with mom when you're measuring in baking. Okay, making cookies. A pint would be a bottle of water. A pint is also your carton of milk at lunch. A quart would be, we think of that when we change oil in a car, a quart of oil. Okay, and a gallon, like a gallon of milk. Now, if we look, there are 8 fluid ounces in a cup. A pint is 2 cups, or 16 fluid ounces. A quart is 2 pints, or 32 fluid ounces. And a gallon is 4 quarts, or 128 fluid ounces. So, let's add to our chart we started last week. Write the word capacity. And we're going to go our smallest units to our largest units. So our smallest units would be fluid ounces. And the abbreviation is FL period OZ period. Then we go to cups. The abbreviation for cup is just C. We go to pints. The abbreviation for pint is PT. We go to quarts, QUARTS. QT is the abbreviation. And then gallon. And the abbreviation for gallon is just a G. Now you might think of gallon man, like you might see on Mr. Franz's bulletin board, when you think of capacities. We'll be working with that today as we solve these problems. Again, if we go from a smaller unit to a larger unit, we'll divide. Larger unit to smaller unit, we'll multiply. Okay? So let's take a look here at example 1. It says, example 1, it says Sandra tries to drink 9 cups of water each day. How many fluid ounces of water is 9 cups? So we're going to convert 9 cups into ounces. There are 8 ounces in 1 cup, and we have 9. So 1 cup is 8 fluid ounces. We're going to go from cups, which is bigger, back to fluid ounces. Since we're going backwards, we're going to multiply. So we take 9 times 8. That's a basic math fact. 9 times 8 is 72. So 9 cups is 72 fluid ounces. Okay, let's turn the page. As with units of length and units of weight, measurements of capacity in customary system can also be expressed as fractions. So any leftovers can be expressed as a fraction. Okay, let's take a look. How many quarts can be made from 7 pints? Well, let's find our chart here. There are 2 cups in a pint, 16 fluid ounces in a pint. But we want quarts and pints, so there's 2 pints in a quart. So 2 pints equals 1 quart. Okay, you can look back here as well. 2 pints is 1 quart. Okay, we're going to divide 7 pints by 2 because there's 2 per quart. And we're going from pints to quarts. So pints is smaller, quarts is larger. We're going to divide. So we take 7 divided by 2. Well, 2 can go into 7, we know, 3 times. Mom multiplies. 3 times 2 is 6. Sister subtracts. 7 take away 6 is 1. Rover puts the remainder of 1. In this case, that's leftover pints. So the remainder 1 means there is 1 pint left over. So the fraction of a quart is 1/2. We have 1/2 of a quart left. So 7 pints is 3 quarts, and 1 pint, or 3.5 quarts. Okay. On the test, they'll want you to give your answer like this: 3 quarts, 1 pint. Okay. Now, let's take a look here. 3 cups is how many ounces? Well, we know 8 fluid ounces are in 1 cup. So we multiply 8 times the 3 cups we have, because we're going cups to ounces, cups back to ounces. We multiply going backwards. So we're going to multiply cups to ounces. 3 times 8 is 24. So 3 cups equals 24 fluid ounces. Let's look at the next one, number 2. 4 quarts to cups. So we're going quarts back to cups. We're going to multiply again. And if we look, how many quarts are equal to cups? Well, they don't have cups on here equal to quarts. But if 2 pints is a quart and there's 2 cups in a pint, 4 cups equals 1 pint. You might want to add that onto your chart. Or I'm sorry, equal to 1 quart, 4 cups in 1 quart. And you might also want to add that on here. So 1 quart is 2 pints is 32 fluid ounces. Just add on here 4 cups equals 1 quart. Okay. Now we can answer this. So they said, first of all, let's change it to pints. Well, 4 times 2, because there's 2 pints in a quart. That would give us 8. Then we're going to take the 8 and multiply it by 2 again, which is 16. Or we could say 4 cups equals 1 quart. So we would have 4 times 4, which is 16. Okay. Let's look at the next page. Let's do a few on the independent practice page. And let's take a look at this. So, 5 cups to fluid ounces. Well, if I look at my chart, there are 8 fluid ounces in a cup. So 8 fluid ounces equals 1 cup. Now, cups to fluid ounces. Cups to fluid ounces means I'm going larger to smaller, so I'm going to multiply. So I take the 5 that I have, and I multiply it by my conversion of 8. 5 times 8 then is 40. So 5 cups is 40 fluid ounces. Let's look here. 19 quarts we're going to change to gallons. Well, there are 4 quarts in 1 gallon. If I look here at my chart, 4 quarts is 1 gallon. Now, I'm going from quarts to gallons. Quarts to gallons, small to large, so I'm going to divide. So I have 19 to start with, and I'm going to divide it by 4. 19 divided by 4 goes 4 times. 4 times 4 is 16. If I subtract, I have 3 left, so I have a remainder of 3. That means the 4 whole are 4 whole gallons, but I have 3 quarts left. Okay. Number 6. 50 cups to pints. Well, cups to pints, if I look at my chart, there are 2 cups in a pint. So 2 cups is 1 pint. And if I'm going from cups to pints, I'm going smaller to larger. So I'm going to divide. So I take 50 that I start with, and I divide it by my number. That's the conversion. So 50 divided by 2. 2 goes into 5 2 times. 2 times 2 is 4. 5 take away 4 is 1. Bring down the 0. Repeat. 2 goes into 10 5 times. 5 times 2 is 10. 10 take away 10 is 0. So I have 25 pints. Let's take a look here How about fluid ounces now to cups? Here we went cups to fluid ounces. We knew there were 8 fluid ounces in 1 cup. Now we're going to go backwards. We multiplied to go from big to little. Now we're going little ounces to big cups. So we're going to divide 22 divided by 8. Well, 8 can go into 22. Not 3 times, 2 times. 2 times 8 is 16. Subtract. We have 22 minus 16 is 6, so that's a remainder of 6, which means I have 2 cups and 6 fluid ounces left over. All right. Let's see here. Number 8. 2 gallons to fluid ounces. Well, I'm going to have to go back here. 1 gallon is 128 fluid ounces. So, I have 2 gallons. So, what's 128 times 2? Do the multiplication. And I have 256 fluid ounces. Okay. Now, if we look at the bottom of the page and do some comparisons, let's compare these. What's bigger, 4 cups or 40 fluid ounces? Well, there's 8 fluid ounces in 1 cup. So, let's take a look. Let's change this into ounces. 4 cups would be 8 times 4. Whoop. 8 times 4. 8 times 4 is 32. So 32 on this side or 40 on that side would be greater than. 1 and 75 hundredths or 1 3/4 of a gallon or 10 pints. Well, let's see here. In a pint, or a gallon, there's 4 quarts. There's 2 pints in a quart, so there would be 8 quarts in 1 gallon. You might want to add that to your chart. So 8 quarts in a gallon, I'm sorry, 8 pints in a gallon. Add that to your chart. We have 10 pints. Okay. Well, 8 pints is 1 gallon. We have 1 3/4 of a gallon. Let's see here. Could I take 10 and divide it by 8? 8 goes into 10 one time. 2, so I have 2 left over, but here I have a decimal. Let's add our decimal and bring down and repeat. 8 goes into 20 twice. 2 times 8 is 16. 4, bring down another 0. Ooh, that goes 5 times. And I finally get there. So 8 pints is 1 25 hundredths. So this would be bigger. Okay. Let's look here. What's bigger, 3 gallons or 13 quarts? Well, 3 gallons, we know there's 4 quarts in 1 gallon. But here I have 3. So what is 4 times 3? 12. So this side is 12 quarts. What's bigger? There we go. Okay. Your job is to do number 18 and number 19. For number 18, keep in mind that there's 2 pints in 1 quart. Okay. For number 19, keep in mind that there's 128 fluid ounces, in 1 gallon. Okay. Greater than, less than, or equal to for those. All right, then move on with workshop.